This is 10 songs that are over 10 minutes long in the 1960s. And experimental times for music. I'm going to start off with I love, this is from the album Da Capo, and it's called Revelation, and it is 18 minutes and 56 seconds long, the longest of this bunch, and it's basically just a straight jam song. I mean, it's got lots of little sections and stuff going in and out. Nah. The rest of the album is, I really like, but that song, I could probably skip that one actually. And then we have Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands by Bob Dylan from Blonde on Blonde, of course. And that clocks in at 11 minutes and 23 seconds, a whole side. And I gotta say, I can skip that. I've heard it a few times. And on the CD, when I get to that point, I skip it. I mean, it's a great song, but I just don't have to hear it. And then, of course, we have Iron Butterfly. I mean, this is In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. And this clocks in at 17 minutes and 5 seconds. And in high school, the guy who was sitting beside me could play the drums on his desk. He could do this drum solo of In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida almost perfect. It was great. Got a big hand from the class. Then we got The Doors, When the Music's Over. Definitely one of my favorites. I love that song. For an experimental, longer song, I think The Doors really captured it on this song, and that clocks in at 11 minutes even. When the music's over, the scream of the butterfly. Then we have the Velvet Underground, Sister Ray, and that clocks in at 17 minutes and 29 seconds. And this is the Velvet Underground saying, "We'll do whatever the fuck we want, Sister Ray." You gotta love it. Then we got Hendrix doing Voodoo Child, jam in the studio with Jack Cassidy on bass, Stevie Winwood on keyboards, organ. I love the blues. I love the slow blues. And this is one of them, Voodoo Child from Electric Ladyland. Then we're going to switch over to albums. These are actually records. And this is Quicksilver Messenger Service, first album, and it has a song called The Fool. And that clocks in at 12 minutes and 7 seconds. Some little bit of psychedelia guitar. The singing doesn't actually start till around the 7 or 8 minute mark. I listened to it again last night, and it still captures me. It's just that psychedelic, those twin guitars, love it. Then of course we got King Crimson Moonchild. You can't do without that. I mean, everybody has this album, don't they? Well, maybe not everybody, but that clocks in at 12 minutes and 13 seconds. Moonchild. This is one of those albums that when it came out, it was like, this is totally new. Then we have Zappa's second album, and this is, what's it called? Gumbo Variations, and that clocks in at 12 minutes and 53 seconds. This is Zappa's second solo album, Hot Rats. And in the early 70s, when we got this album, there was a Charlie Chaplin festival on TV. And we put this album on and turned the music off from the soundtrack of it and put this on, and it worked perfect. Zappa and Charlie Chaplin. And I think my favorite of all these songs is In Hell 'Twas an I from Shine On Brightly by Procol Harum. That clocks in at 17 minutes and 31 seconds. Goes through a lot of variations, and when Robin Trower comes in on guitar at one point, it's just like magic. So In Hell 'Twas an I. And that is 10 songs that are over 10 minutes long in the 1960s, and hopefully this video isn't over 10 minutes, because we don't want a video to be over 10 minutes. Who's going to watch after 3 minutes? So long. Happy trails.